to apply his rainbow writing to write a letter to the Nerf company at Christmas time, asking them why their Nerf guns were so expensive and asking if he could possibly get a Nerf gun for free. Applied his rainbow writing, and you can see this has very significant application in the real world.
Hi. I like complicated websites, but some of the stuff I don't even know what they, say. So I'll just go to File, Print, get the virtual printer, apply, and then print. And so I'll go to Kurzweil. Well, this looks good. So, oh, it's still okay. Now that it's on, I should probably click on column notes. Now that I have some column notes, I can change them to, well, whatever I want. For example, things good boys like to do, for one thing. And for another thing, well, let's not get to that, because it could be anything you want, but it has to be about the topic. Now,
rainbow writing helps me to do assignments much more easier. For example, this was a letter I did. The green is a small talk, and the blue was the purpose of writing this. And the purple was the closing where I said goodbye. And then this was who's from. And so rainbow writing helps me a lot.
When you want to instruct, you gotta go to highlight, and you gotta highlight all the important information that you want. And you go to File, Instruct, and press OK. Then when it's done, it'll pop up. And that's it.
Hi, I'm Connor. This is word prediction. If you need help spelling words, then word prediction's just what you need. But if you start typing and you see more than one of them and they're in yellow, and if you click on them twice, it will show you how many there are, and it will tell you how to spell it and what it means.
I already read this and I have.
And if there's a letter, if you see your word not in any color but white, click on the number beside it. And then you get that word. But if you want to go back, you can still go right back to where you were.
Hi there, I'm Mrs. Faulkner. I'm the Tech Dudes teacher, and when my Tech Dudes are working in their classes, I like them to be as independent as possible. Kurzweil allows me to give them voice notes so that they can work all by themselves on their assignments. In this assignment, we've put a voice note right inside the very beginning so they know exactly what to do. Don't forget to use your dictionary to check anything that doesn't make sense. That way they have personal help right when they need it. Okay. So with rainbow writing in our practice on a daily basis, we decided that all good readers and writers should really fart! So because we're dealing with mostly 10 and 11-year-old boys, we came up with this acronym to help us remember what our reading and writing responses should look like. The F stands for Format, and every time we do a mini lesson, we really focus in on what format we're using. The format for a paragraph should include
indent your topic sentence, 3 small ideas in your close.
And the format of an essay.
Triangle, square, square, triangle.
The format of a summary.
Who, what, where, when, why, sometimes how.
And the format of a letter.
Dear, small talk, purpose, and then sincerely.
Good, so we really know our formats. The A stands for
Answer.
answer. We put in our answer and we ask ourselves, did we answer the question? And does the answer seem reasonable? The R stands for rainbow writing. And the T is
Talk to me, baby.
So we let Kurzweil read us back what we've written, and we can double check whether what's on the page is actually what we intended. So we put our reading and our writing to the test, and we put out the first ever Emily Carr newspaper. Each tech dude completed whatever he was able to do. So we had things like horoscopes or movie reviews, and we actually had one gentleman do an investigative journalistic report where he stood outside the bathrooms at Emily Carr and counted how many toilets did not get flushed in a day, and he decided there was a real epidemic going on, so he entitled his newspaper article,
Emily Carr Public School, Spring Week.
Then we decided to take a really big risk, and we entered a writing contest at a local festival called Raptor Fest, and the results were...
I came in 3rd in grade 6.
I came in 2nd in grade 6.
I came in 1st in grade 5.
I came in 2nd in grade 5.
And for the most part, we relied all on rainbow writing. We understand curriculum and where we fit just the same as any other classroom. We have a bump it up wall where we take a look at our pre-assessment marks. We come up with our own strategies, we make our own rubrics, and we identify where we're currently placed on those rubrics. And then after working really hard on each technique, we test ourselves and see whether or not we can use the anchor charts to move us up and up to the next level on our bump it up charts. When we moved into our classroom here at Emily Carr, we were advised not to post anything in the hallways outside our classroom for fear that other people in the general population would see some of our product and it wouldn't really necessarily go over so well. So we don't post outside of our classroom. Where we post is actually outside of the grade 8 locker bay, which is probably the scariest place in a school to post any work samples. And what we've received is actually some really positive feedback on all the things we've accomplished. People will ask us what our computers can do. There's a section here where we've actually posted our business cards for the rest of the school to use our services, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And overall, the feedback that's coming back to us is entirely positive. Technical difficulties. There is a #1 rule in our classroom, and that rule is that you better assume your laptop will
Push your buttons.
and you better be
Prepared.
So step 1.
Troubleshoot.
And since they're using their computers every day, they're getting pretty good at it and pretty fast. If they can't do step 1 and troubleshoot themselves, step 2.
We can get a person in our classroom to help us.
And if that doesn't work,
Ask a teacher and hopefully she'll know.
and step 4.
We can email Mrs. B or the Bridges trainer.
And if that doesn't work,
We call for a ticket.
and in the entire year, the most number of tickets we've had on any one laptop,
Are 3.
which is pretty good considering we have all computers in our classrooms. We're using them every day, and that's really not a very big weight. Handling laptops throughout our entire school. We decided that there were other kids in larger classrooms that were alone with their laptops. They didn't have a great big group of tech dudes like we did, so we decided to do something about it.
There's a club that everyone in the school who had laptops came to the computer lab and they did checks. It used to be during breaks, but now it's after school. And we teach other kids stuff they can do with their laptops.
We have 12 students coming twice a week for 4 hours each week, and the results have all been positive. We've passed along those results, and in the classroom the teachers are commenting on what an impact that's had as well. We also began our own RAS Reading Club, where every 6 weeks, students cycle through to read on the computers with us in the mornings for half an hour, just to sort of normalize the whole use of computers throughout the day. And we participate in something called the Tech Wizards program.
A Tech Wizards program is where someone comes in and shows us how to troubleshoot and show us cool tricks on our laptop.
And if there is a period where we happen to have an extra laptop not in use, we'll loan them out. And I spoke before about our business cards. We have a login on our classroom door. Students and teachers both come and request the tech dudes to come and give them support in their classes, whether it be suggestions for software or to sit alongside a student while they navigate through a new program, or teachers will just come and ask for advice sometimes. They log out a tech dude, or a tech dude can go at recess time and try and problem solve for the student and leave behind their business card. So far we've saved a lot of tickets, a lot of time, and the computers are successfully up and running in each classroom. So we took a look at what Kurzweil has done for us beyond the obvious improvements in our reading and our writing in the classroom.
I feel confident in class.
I can do homework.
I have more friends because I'm happier.
I want to try new things. I hear people commenting on how much I've changed.
I can read harder books than I could ever before.
I read signs and stuff I see.
And overall, the comment we thought sort of summed it up for all of us.
We feel like superheroes.
Firepower.
Thank you, Stacy and the Tech Dudes. Your presentation was very powerful. The combination of data and stories showed us how creatively and effectively you've embedded Kurzweil and other assistive technology to support your learning. Next, we will hear from Christine Hagland, providing the parent perspective in our collaborative professional development project.
Hi, my name is Christine Hoagland, and I am a very proud Tech Dude mom. First, let me say I'm probably as nervous as when I was in grade 6, which was the last time I spoke in front of a group of teachers. Secondly, in my eyes, you're not just teachers, professionals, and school board members, you're parents as well. Parents who have seen your own children struggle and succeed through daily life in school. Teachers who have at one time or another during your career, however long or short, have seen students struggle with curriculum no matter what the grade. Thirdly, if even one teacher sees one of their students in any of these kids up here or in my story, and one student gets help with their struggles, then I've done my job. Every child should feel that they can succeed in school and feel proud that they can comprehend and read through a textbook or novel and understand and maybe get a little excited. I've been asked to talk about my experience as a parent whose son has gone through ups and downs and ups at school and how technology, specifically Kurzweil, has helped him to date. I'm not an expert in education. I am, however, an expert on my son and his needs. When the general public hears the term learning disability, typically they don't associate the word smart, intelligent, or creative with a child who has a learning disability. The term and words associated and put on these kids are slow, behind the class, or even troublemakers. As a parent, I see Tyler's potential to succeed even when he doesn't. I fight daily for what I know Tyler can do. So, a brief history. In grade 1, I watched my smiley, happy boy slowly begin his downward slide as he became aware that the other kids in his class were advancing through letter and word recognition. Tyler was stuck on trying to remember 2 or even 3 sounds. What took another child 5 or 6 times to remember took Tyler 50, 60 to 100 times. His frustration level led to crying during class and not wanting to attempt to read. He was not interested in his schoolwork, and he began to have a difficult time understanding what was being asked of him during class. At that point in grade 1, I had sensed Tyler was going to need additional resources or he was going to be lost